Focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound and let your body to settle down itself. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. And bring your attention to your body and mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment to be spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step. So remember each and every inhalation, take it deeply, gently and slowly. When you inhale, inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. So in between inhalation, exhalation, keep a little gap. Okay, focus your mind to your right arm. And slowly, deeply, gently breathing to your right arm. Breathing. And hold your breath. And breathe out. And focus your mind to your left arm. Breathing, slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. Back and spine. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And hold it. And breathe out. Your abdominal area. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing. Hold it. Breathe out. Your chest. Deeply, slowly, gently breathing. and hold. Breathe out. Your right leg. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing to your right leg. Hold it. And breathe out. Left leg. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing to your left. Hold it. Breathe out. Your neck and head. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing. Breathe out. Your whole body. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing to your whole body. And hold it. Breathe out. Again, slowly, deeply, gently breathing. Hold. Breathe out. Again, please. Deeply, slowly, gently breathing. Breathe out. Now take a deep breath into your lower belly area, 2 inches below your navel point, right of the middle in your body. So keep your breath inside your body like you're filling air to a balloon. Head to toes, your whole body should feel the pressure. And hold it as long as you can. So when you hold it, don't think about the breathing. Try to get into the sensation of the breathing and stay with the sensation. It's nothing to think about breathing. Okay, slowly, deeply, gently breathing and hold it. And slowly breathe out. Don't move your body. Bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Just try to locate your sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Get a mental note, rising and falling, your inhalation, exhalation. Stay with the sensation, knowingly. This is inhalation, this is exhalation. Separately recognize it. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is end of the inhalation. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is end of the exhalation. Develop intentional, desirable attention. Observe very clearly rising and falling. Observe the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation. Sometimes inhalation and exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like that. Each and every inhalation, exhalation has its own character. It is not what you do, it is not your judgment, it is not what you wish. Just observe and recognize what is really happening as it is. If your mind disturbed with the thoughts, don't follow it. Just let it be. Only thing, keep your attention to inhalation, exhalation. Don't worry about any thoughts. Everything will settle down when you're able to settle down with the inhalation, exhalation. Don't struggle with anything. Don't have a mental version. It should be like this should be like this, like this. Just recognize the very nature of the behavior of the inhalation, exhalation, arising, existing, and disappearing itself. So, whatever you observe, that object also change moment by moment, your mental object, inhalation, exhalation. The observer, the subject also the change moment by moment. Otherwise, how are you going to recognize inhalation and exhalation separately? If you don't change, the observer change, it doesn't change. It cannot recognize the outside change. If the both change, finally what you understand, see the condition of the mind. Come out of the self-centered consciousness. Let your body to be itself. Your body is not you. You experience sensation itself, it is not you. Separate from it and observe. There is a moment come. You can observe this everything separately without reacting to anything. Nothing separate from you. Everything like ocean. Waves not you. You are the itself ocean. Inhalation, exhalation, the sensation, thoughts, feelings is like waves. You are the sky. Inhalation, exhalation, sensation, pain. This everything is like clouds. There are, you are like the earth, mountain, valleys, bare lands, rocks. It's like a pain, sensation, thoughts, but itself you are the earth. So, in the first level, don't hold it to the sensation or the pain or the thoughts as you separate it and observe. Then you will see everything without self centered mind, everything arising, existing, and disappearing. What you experience and the experience are both arising, existing, disappearing at the same time. Once you recognize that, you become 100% satisfied with the moment because whatever you achieve in any existence, only the change you experience in the depth. Bring your attention to your body. Experience this moment. Appreciate. Pay your gratitude. You are so lucky to have this moment. This one inhalation or exhalation is your life. You have a moment to sit and observe and experience your life. You have a roof on your head. You have clothes, you have garments to be comfortable yourself. You have people around you. That is blessing. That's your life. Appreciate it. When you wake up morning, you can stand yourself. You can keep your feet on the ground and walk into the bathroom. You can do your own cleaning yourself. That's a blessing. You have people around you to share your thoughts, and you are a person can listen to somebody. That's a blessing. You have something to eat. You have something to drink. You have to place to be comfortable. That's a blessing. So appreciate it. Be settled down with it. Don't look something beyond it. Know that in this very moment you are complete. Because there are a lot of people in this very moment. They're losing that everything. There are a lot of people struggling with life, fighting with death, have fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. So, as paying your gratitude, share your heart, share this moment with them as appreciation. May they come out of that fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom to go through the situation and find the peace, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. The same like you experience this moment. May they also have a moment like this. Not only them, share your heart, share your moment with your loved ones, your dear near ones, your beloved parents, husband, wives, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, your neighbors, village, city, state, country people, and all living beings in this world and in this universe. Not only that, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself as a light. Forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Let your heart to come out of your skin. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, and as human beings, we all, every day, morning to night, from birth to death, we looking for our satisfaction, happiness. And when we look at the human civilizations, in this million years, people invest their life, our ancestors invest their life to find the happiness. And all the philosophers, religious leaders, enlightened masters talk about happiness and satisfaction. So today we're going to look using this all the resources from our ancestors to today and see what we can understand as happiness and satisfaction in the highest level. Why? Because if you recognize it very clearly, you're going to save a lot of your life and a lot of energy, and you're not going to go wrong way, and later you're not going to become disappointed you didn't find it. And when we look at the world, when we look at the other people, we can see, and there are a lot of people thinking this is make us happy, this is make us happy, and they go in a different directions, and finally they become tired. The journey itself, they make them disappointed. But the very important thing you have to understand, if you get into the right path of the happiness, it never going to make you unhappy on the way, because the journey itself start to fulfill the happiness little by little by little. The journey you take itself going to show you that you are at the right path. So today we have the science, technology, and the people develop the understanding in different ways, and the people investigating the life, this human body to the highest, and the people able to separate the heart and the brain, and they go through this all the neurology and all this nerve system, and they trying to recognize something, and they can break down one blood cell to the, the very tiny parts, and get into the DNAs, and they have ability today to change the DNA, the first building block of our this body. But still there is some unbalance when it comes to happiness. Still there are a lot of people cannot recognize exactly what is the real happiness. How are you going to be really find the satisfaction? So there are few ways that people look for satisfaction. And the first level is, as an ordinary person, the sensual pleasure with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and looking for that satisfaction is one way to become happy. But it is not permanent. Why? Because it always depending from something. And another thing is, you have to always expand the outside capacity to develop the inside satisfaction. So in case if that outside capacity becomes smaller, then what is happening? The disappointment, sadness, worry start to develop. So one way of happiness, the sensual pleasure. When you ask from people what is happiness, sometimes they say about the sensual pleasure with eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind, with all the outside perceptions. For eye, the colors or the pictures; for the nose, sound; and for the ear, sound; for the nose, aromas; for the tongue, taste; for the body, sensation; and for the mind, thoughts. So that is sensual pleasure. There is something. You cannot say no. There is something. That's why we are in the samsara, in the basic level. And then there is another level, emotional satisfaction. So the emotional satisfaction is a little bit deeper than the sensual satisfaction. Because the sensual satisfaction, in this very moment, you become happy. Whatever the things happening with you, as example, you have to have a movie to watch. You have to have a sound to hear. You have to have a smell to feel. You have to have food to taste. Why? Because this eye become real eye when it become contact with the pictures or the colors or the light. Electronic magnetic field. So the sound, it become real, the ear become real ear when it come and harmonize with the sound. Otherwise you cannot experience the ear without sound. So that is the sensual pleasure. So then it always, you need something. But the emotional pleasure is something else. When you start to develop this sensual pleasure again and again and again, repeat, and it start to go to your subconscious mind. So the mind has a different the level, then according to modern psychology and according to modern science. But in the deeper level, the mind is mind. But in the beginning, we cannot take it like that. Sometimes it is little bit tough, heavy to take like that way. So that it's okay, whatever the resources we have today, we just go with that. And you have mind, the consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness. So sometimes we go with this all. So the thing is, then the sensual pleasure happening again, be very clear and try to get this. When the sensual pleasure happen, when you keep repeating again and again and again, it go to your subconsciousness, and then that with the contacts with the thought arise, in that thoughts, that itself, there is that subconsciousness current arise. With that current, you start to go, then the emotional satisfaction you look for. So then you need the repetition, habitual pattern. That is where the emotional pleasure start to arise. And the other thing is, there are certain things that creativity make you happy. It's like in a certain level, once you start to create certain things, like if you write a song, if you write a book, and so whatever the things, if you start to make something, and whatever the things that you keep working, if you start to create something new, if something in your head, and then you try to bring it out through some work, so during that time also you find certain satisfaction, happiness. So that's why there are scientists or some other people, whoever with the literature or the singers, dancers, so they become, when they create you something and they become happy, there is that kind of happiness also. And another thing is, this sharing and doing a nice thing, that also make happy people. And that's why when you kind of like doing good things, it make you happy. So in Buddhism is chittam punati iti punyang, hadayam punati iti punyang. So when your heart, when your mind is start to become happy with this, satisfied, and that create a kind of like a current to go with it, and it is a kind of a satisfaction. But today we want to go to the bottom of the happiness. That is the bottom line. So, and we know the tranquility state, samadhi, satori, and all in the kevalya. So there is a moment come that your mind has certain kind of skills, and there is a certain kind of challenge outside. When the mind able to be conscious regarding the skills to go with the challenge, and according to the challenge, that whatever you have, that as example, you want to observe the inhalation, exhalation. So then that is now you recognizing that you want to observe this. So then once you have that idea, what is happening, that there are certain things even inside your mind, the thought arise, sound come, pain come, this kind of different challenges come. So what is the skill that you have to develop? To stay focused. And recognizing that is called awareness. So recognizing this yourself, what you have to do, and what are the difficulties around you to come against it, it called awareness. So then when it comes to awareness, it is just not only, oh, I want to go there. It's just an idea. But what is the awareness when it comes to that? Oh, I want to go there. It is this much take time, this long, it take this much time. It has to go through this kind of situations. It has to go this kind of way. So like that, recognizing complete and understanding. Now you are aware about it. So you have now that skill, and then you recognizing that all the difficulties come against it. And when you become conscious regarding that, your awareness, the consciousness mean in that very moment, your mind observing knowingly what you're doing. And then you use that your awareness to overcome your challenges. In there is a moment, it's called flow. It's called flow. If you go online whenever you have time and type the flow of happiness. But it doesn't talk about meditation. They talk about this, some other things. But just try to get this. This is the real ultimate happiness. There's nothing beyond this. So once you become aware regarding your skill, and you recognizing the challenge that what you have around you, and then you become consciously involving with your fully capacity, using your skills, not outside, mental skills, to overcome that challenge in the beginning. So whatever the sound come, you consciously neglect it. You're not going to go with it, because if you are not conscious, you get disturbed, you get mad. So you consciously recognizing it's a sound, you not go with it. So it need effort to be with like that. Consciously
You use your skill to overcome your challenges. In a moment when you keep doing this, little by little, little by little, little by little, what is happening? Your skills start to come to a point itself without effort. It has power to overtake the challenge. In that very moment, your flow happening. That is the real moment. You're going to be 100% satisfied. So when you come to that moment, there is nothing anymore you look. There is nothing can disturb you. There is nothing depend. That moment is not depending from anything, because the consciously, when you become conscious, you don't get any help from outside. It is real you. It's the really deeper, the complete, the strength and the awareness of your own human mind. It's called Sati Sampajanya. And when the moment comes for you to get into that level of flow, to overtake the challenge using your inner skills, in that very moment you feel completion. And that is the real happiness, and that is the moment you going to complete 100%. And it can come as samadhi, and as a tranquility state, and as satori, and as kevalya. So like that you can climb that to the different path. But when the day comes for you to experience that, it is far beyond that this sensual pleasure. Why? Because as I mentioned, the sensual pleasure always need the outside help. So you always need to depend on it, and you always have to increase the outside capacity to find the inner satisfaction. Nothing wrong with it. Anything is nothing wrong, as I mentioned every day. Remember, these are the very nature of life. So you cannot tell anybody, oh, he's better than this, she's better than this. No. We all are in the same ocean. We all are same. Don't try to separate anybody. We all are human. Only thing is we trying to get into a little bit that the higher and to the bottom line. And once you know that, because we look the entire human civilizations, thousand years people is spending their life to look for happiness and satisfaction. Every day people go here and they are looking for happiness and satisfaction. But end of the day, people become unhappy. It is okay if you become end of the day you unhappy, it is okay. But the thing is, how about end of the life if you become unhappy? No, oh, I miss the right things. Oh, I went through illusion. Oh, I went through something else. This is not the right thing. Then what will happen to you? So then remember, now you know exactly what is the right thing. Once you reach to that you will see. But by hearing, if you recognize this by hearing, it should tell you it is truth or not. Why? Because the very beauty of the truth, you don't need any third person opinion or second person opinion to understand it or validate it, like these machines and technology. No. By hearing, that is the beauty of the Dharma. By hearing, you're going to recognize that is right. That is the right point. That is where you become accept, and that you start to follow it. That is where you become the Sangha. Because by force and And it's not like a military course we can tell, do you have to do this? No. When people come to Buddha, themselves, the volunteer themselves to this community of Sangha. So listening to Dhamma, when you recognize, when you tune to the truth, you volunteer to the truth. So then remember yourself. And somehow, little by little, you cannot struggle, little by little. Remember, it is always happening inside you. That is where your mind really going to be completely satisfied and happy. There is something beyond that. In the Vipassana level, where our final goal is not the getting to this happiness, no. But on the way, people looking for happiness, and as parents, and you try to teach to your children to be happy, and you have to give it as gift for the next generation. So it is your responsibility. One day, if your children come to you, your husband or your wife, and come to you and ask, your friends come to you, ask, are you happy? Even you can say no, it is okay. But what is really you want to be happy? If somebody come and tell me what you want, I can give that. What you going to ask? At least you should know what to ask. So now you know. And try it. If you try few days, then you will see where you going to be complete happy. And that happiness not the end. That's why when we practice observing the inhalation, exhalation in the 16 steps, even you feel that happiness, you forget it. It is why? Because that is not the moment to attain that going to go out of the samsara. It's still happening in the samsara. If you look for enlightenment, you have to go to beyond it. But it is a point you can achieve in the basic level. You have to have the satisfaction. That's why from ancient time to today, there are certain people, when they keep practice in a certain level, these other things become nothing to them. This sensual pleasure is nothing to them. This emotional pleasure, nothing to them. Because once you experience the highest, it's like once you eat the 5-star hotel, the brunch, this the Subway or McDonald's or this other things is nothing. So like that. And see that we looking for happiness, everyone talk about the happiness. And try yourself now, where the real you can be happy. It is a real moment. You can there are some people get lost there. There are a lot of rishis, enlightened masters get addicted to them. It is not like addiction you get into the hashish, ganja, or the marijuana, or this kind of heroin. Not like that. It's a completely different side of things. But what the Buddha mentioned, no, you have to go passing that. But it is as an ordinary person, and just I'm telling you in this way how you can experience something, and the clarity that you can develop, and at the same time in day-to-day life, if you are able to look for exactly that, you saving a lot of energy, your life, and you're not going here and there, and you are never going to be disappointed. So that is the important thing. You're never going to be disappointed. It always when you take the moment, and you will see. Because without concert, just take it. Even in day-to-day life, whatever you do, with your bodily, verbally, or mentally action, or whatever with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, in the basic level, if you are not conscious, how are you going to enjoy the moment? How are you going to enjoy the sensual pleasure? How are you going to enjoy the emotional pleasure? How are you going to enjoy the creative pleasure? And how are you going to enjoy the sharing pleasure if you are not conscious? So that's why in the deeper level, the highest happiness is consciously developing your awareness to develop your skills to overtake the challenges come around your skills. And that is what, when you come to the tranquility state, when you look for the peace inside, that whatever other things come, and if you're able to settle down, even for 5 minutes, if you come to the point, knowingly yourself, to stay without moving, one point very clear, and you are that consciously observing 5 minutes, that 5 minutes will prove you more than this 100 years accumulation. The entire world, this all the material pleasure is not worth than that 5 minutes. So try it. It's now it is in front of your table. It is up to you, and maybe you will keep going the same way like others for a while, but one day, if you have a time, maybe when you get old, there's nothing to do, maybe if there's another virus come and you have to quarantine yourself, and maybe somewhere in life you stuck in a place and nothing to do, and maybe you go to jail and there's nothing to do, maybe you become very old and you go to a that this elderly house, there's nothing to do, your TV broken, and there's nothing to watch, there's no one around you, everyone leave you. You don't need to do it today. I'm not telling to do it today. Only thing what I'm telling, just know there is something. Just enjoy your life. The way you like, enjoy your life. But when the day come for you, hey, I'm broke, I'm done, this is not the way, I'm not happy. Then remember what I told, and start from that day, and you will see. It is guaranteed that you will see that you're going to get it. So with that, I bless upon everyone by the power of the soul. Good Patrice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. By the power of this good practice during this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata chammehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta Anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe tatta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. So thank you. Okay, bless you everyone.